Am I audible to all of you online students? Just say yes or a no. I, Asutosh, Shubham, Yash, Sinha, Ankita, Himanshu, Priscilla. Okay, Jatin, Robin. Okay, fine. Thanks a lot. Hi, Kanish. Good morning. Good afternoon. ये तो नहीं हुआ अभी तक. हाँ, चल रहा है. ये क्या आ रहा है बीच में? ये क्या है? Huh? Mahindra, your name C for clarity. I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. Can you all hear me properly, online students? Can you confirm that? Some of you have. Yes, we also have some of the students on the YouTube today. So if you can confirm, you can hear me, and the streaming is fine. There is no buffering disruption. I can start off. There's a bit of a lag there. Okay. Can you confirm, Mahindra? Oh, you're Pradeep. Hi, Pradeep from Kerala. The Pradeep that I know or some other Pradeep? The same Pradeep? Oh, hi, Pradeep. Nice to connect with you again. How come you are online? I'm surprised. No lag, Asutosh? Chalo, fine. All of you. Okay. So, offline students also, good afternoon. I'm happy to be here on time because of the rains that we had in Delhi this morning. I was on road for almost 2 hours. I started at around 9:45 and half an hour ago I almost lost hope कि आप तो आज पहुंच नहीं पाऊंगा time में. There's a small area, there's one area called as ITO intersection where you must cross the Yamuna and come here. It was almost 1 hour for 15 minutes I was stuck there. Okay, but I'm happy I finally made it. The achievement in Delhi. I as a person, I have loved traveling. I love driving. I love seeing places. For a long time, I liked driving to and back from work. So I live in this place called Noida. So all my friends, my colleagues told me, why have you gone so far away into Noida? And most people prefer living here. I said, because I like it, open place, and I like the drive part. But now I look back, I think I made a mistake. I should have stayed back in Delhi nearby. Okay, so almost 2 years I've stopped driving now. I use the metro, it's convenient. आज पता नहीं दिमाग खराब था मेरा, मैं गाड़ी निकाल आया. Okay, so anyways, okay, fine, ठीक. So offline again. So you all are starting off with geography optional, and welcome all of you. For those not initiated, my name is Shabbir. There are a couple of other Shabbirs, okay, but they are mostly declared terrorists. I am a simple man. Okay, I have no such track record or history. Nobody is scared of me, neither in home and nor in the office, nor in the class. So I'm a very, very, inconsequential that ways. And as far as my credentials go, I've been teaching geography optional for almost 25 years now. I started teaching way back 1999, 2000, when the world was far more simpler. Okay, but yes, I'm on. Along with geography, I also teach essays. Essays also I've been teaching for almost good 20 odd years now. I started 2003, 4 types. And I still love teaching GS, part of essay. I also teach environment because I think geography and environment are very related to one another. Any topic of, yeah, please come in, please come in. Topics of disaster management, pollution, environment. In fact, the core theme of geography, you'll realize, is around environment. Okay, so that's how I'm also environment teacher. Me along with 2 more members, we share the classes in the GS for environment. and my background happens to be non-geography background. I learned geography largely from some of my own teachers while I was preparing. And thereafter, it's my own efforts. And to be very honest, I learned geography by making mistakes in the class. I would say wrong things, then students would get back to me, sir, aapne galat bata diya. I go back and check again. Okay, so it has happened over a long time. I learned at the expense of some students, but I hope I have done a decent work over the years. Apart from that, what else you want to know about me? I think I'm a decent teacher, if not a brilliant one. I manage. Princey, you can't hear me. Is it a voice problem for all of you or just Princey? Ankita, Sanjeevani, Ashutosh, Vidushi, can you confirm? Is it just one voice is fine? Yeah, my voice is good, I know. But am I audible or not? You can hear me now? Okay, fine. Okay. Chalo, fine. Audible, Raman, Ashi. Okay, bless you. Thank you so much. So that's about me in short. And today's session is kicking off the process of your preparation. Can I ask you when all you want to give attempt? 25, 26 or 27? How many of you 25 raise your hand? Wow. Okay, so मैं कुछ बोलूँगा भी नहीं फिर. Ashutosh says 26. Rahul says 26. 25 Dhruv. Shubham 27. Aryan. Good. I'm happy. I have time to work on you in that case. वैसे one query to all of you. ठीक है, जैसे curiosity part. Whatever you think is right, आप जो सोच से आप कर पाओगे. But curiosity is when you decide which year, yeah, please come in, which year you want to take the examination, how did you think through it? Is it because है तो दे देते हैं types? What was your mind, you know? How are you thinking? All those who say, I want to give the examination in 26. आपने ये time set कैसे किया? Some of you say 25. Like, ये कैसे set किया आपने time? Somebody told that to you? Because see, it's something like, you know, there is a process to whatever you do. ठीक है? You know, जैसे कि, you know, I have this trainer who comes, you know, I have a physiotherapist actually, who comes and helps me with a bit of my, you know, problems I have. So I asked him once, will I be fine in 1 week's time? He asked me same question. So आप क्या सोच के बोल रहे हो? Okay, say there's a process how you heal. Okay, आपका, you know, ये problem है, ऐसा problem है. Do you know how the cells work? Do you know how metabolism works? Do you know what your age is and how long you will take to heal? Okay, तो आप जो 1 week set time set कर रहे हो, क्या सोच के set कर रहे हो? It struck me also. So what have you thought through? You know, there is a syllabus. Okay, there are classes. There are notes to be written. There is answer writing to be done. There's current affairs to be done. There are tests to be given. Okay, so there are some tasks. Okay, have you decided the year on the basis of the tasks? अच्छा, इसके ऊपर एक और बहुत important point है that you must also know your own learning ability. How long do you take to remember things, to memorize things, to understand things? ये भी पता होना चाहिए आपको. What is your learning ability? Because all of us are different in terms of how quickly we grasp, how quickly we understand, how quickly we apply. Okay, so think on this again. Okay, it's not that I'm trying to disrupt your process here. Whatever date you think is right, ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. But know the process. That's very important thing. You know, I have changed now to some extent, because when students used to come to me for counseling, I would sit down and explain the process to them. कि देखो इसको पहले करेंगे और ये करने के लिए take you 1 or 2 months. Then we'll do this. This will take 15-20 days. Then we'll do this. And at the end of the session, the students used to get discouraged, and they would leave me and go on somewhere else and take admission. Then I would keep wondering कि मैंने ऐसा क्या बोल दिया. Okay. Then my team says, sir, आप कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे अब. Okay. Your work is to come and teach. You teach and go. आप काउंसलिंग नहीं करोगे आप. I said, okay, fine, if that's the agreement that we have. But I'm still curious to know. मैं कुछ काउंसलिंग नहीं करूंगा आपका, because I don't want to lose out on the class, okay, and teaching you guys. But it's a question for all of you to ask. ठीक है कि what do you know about the examination? How much is to be read? How much time you need for reading? And why are you planning 26? Ashish says, because graduation completed. You are still 21. Acha, theek hai, fine. That's one aspect. Okay, that's basically about whether you are eligible to apply or not. Okay, so that's fine. That's one reason. But uske important hai, examination preparation requires something have to happen before you give the examination. Okay, this man Neeraj Chopra, when he goes for the competition, is a process he goes through. Muscle building hai, exercises hai, stamina building hai. He gets ready for 6-7 months, just one good throw. Okay, मैं तो मन करता है बोलने के लिए, मुझे तो मैं फेंक देता हूँ. 6 महीने से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो. Okay, but then I'm sure he has a reason. हाँ, ठीक है. Oh, fine, Aryan. So for all of you, ठीक है, it's your exercise, assignment types. Sit down and consciously think and tell me why you thought you must appear in whatever year you have planned, and are you sure about you can get ready by that time or not? Okay? That's one question to all of you. Achha, please come in. The next question to all of you. Today's class is more of orientation. Please sit down. Yeah, welcome. It's more of orientation. Why orientation? Is because it's very important for students to know the teacher. In UPSC preparation, it's a good 5, 6, 7 months of preparation. And if you take up test series, it takes a bit more of time. You are with me for a good amount of time. And आपका लिखा तो क्या है? 2 hours of class, right? That's called marketing. Okay. Your classes will go on beyond 2 hours also. Okay. It all depends on what I think I have to cover. So it's very important you know me as a person. Who am I? What I teach? How I teach? What my methods are? So today's session, and plus you must know the subject called geography. There are a lot of wrong notions about geography. कैसा subject है? क्यों लेना चाहिए? कैसे पढ़ना चाहिए? And everybody has some idea. So I have some thought about how it must be studied. Yeah, come in. Because today's session around that. When I'll tell you about books you must have, what method you have to employ in my class. Okay, today's class is more of a conversation. You know me, I get to know you. Okay. So the first assignment I've given you is think and tell me how did you set the time 25 ho, 2026 ho, 2027, whatever is your time. Okay, you decide and tell me why. The second question I want to ask you is, why did you take geography? That's a very important question. In fact, iska ek mother question hai, why IAS? It's a very important question. Because see, why I ask this question to you is, this examination, I hope you all realize, is not an easy examination, I believe. All of you agree on this? Anybody who believes, no, it's an easy one, just like that, we come, we take a walk in the park types, okay, telte kuch पढ़ लेंगे तो पढ़ लेंगे, वन में होना ही होना है, बापूजी का दुकान है, we get it. So I think all of us agree, examination is tough, and it can take lot of investments from you. Emotional investments हैं, okay, your time investment is there, your career will get invested here, and some of you come with lot of sacrifices also, right? I'm sure you may have other careers to go back to, okay, and you have come back here, अच्छी बात है, and most of us probably old enough to start a life of our own, but आप बैठे हो class के अंदर में, like back to school types. So in that kind of environment, it's very important that you are rightly motivated. Examination is not the examination where I can motivate you. Okay, or you can get motivated looking at the reels and shorts on the YouTube. Okay, that's called dopamine effect. Now you take a shot, injection le liya, drugs le liya. Okay, you have taken a smoke and you feel that kick. Okay, that doesn't work at all. Trust me, it's an addiction. The actual motivation happens from within you. So why IAS is a very powerful question, because whenever you feel depressed, when you are down, when you feel you are out, when you feel you can't make it, you have self-doubts, the internal motivation is what will drive you back again. Yeah. So it's a saying that if you need if you need external motivation, it's of no use to motivate you. And if you are internally motivated, again there is no use motivating you. Okay, अगर internally motivated हो तो मैं क्या ही motivate करूँ और extra. And if you're not motivated, it's of no use there. So this is the mother question. Why IAS? Okay, this line is more of a life mission types. Okay, I'm sure there are other people who get to this like that also. But for us, I would want it to be a mission types. आप इसको सोचना, whatever you can. But for me, the more relevant question is, why geography? What did you think? Who misled you? Who misguided you? Who gave you a wrong scene of what is possible? Or who inspired you? Whatever it is. I would like to know this. Anybody can tell me online, offline? Yes, tell me. Why? Yeah, please sit down and talk. Yes.
No, sir.
Oh, no, sit down. I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
Oh, yes, tell me.
So, my name is Shadab. Hello, everyone.
Shadab, okay. Tell me.
So, sir, you have asked 3 questions. I want to answer it in part.
No, just this one. Why geography?
My geography.
Yes.
Why geography?
Yeah.
So, as you said earlier that you also love traveling. So, I was also a travel enthusiast, and I went to a lot of places. And during COVID, when everyone was sitting back and saving them, I was in Coorg. I went to Nilgiris and all the mountains and all that. So that aroused a curiosity, but that was not enough for me to choose geography, I must say. But then I realized that I have an affinity for this particular subject.
Okay.
Right from the outset when I was in school. Since I have not done my graduation in geography, it was a bit of a very confounding question whether I should choose geography or not. But then I got the guidance, and fortunately I came here, and then I realized that okay,
you can manage. So it starts with a bit of travel interest.
Yeah.
Then a bit of affinity you realized.
Exactly.
And then you took a plunge, you must talk to somebody. Fine enough, take it. That's okay.
And then there is applicability of this when you
Applicability, yes, it has lot of practical application. Ashutosh, less subjectivity as compared to other subjects. It's like, मरना ही है तो अपने choice के area में मरूँ, types. Achha, by the way, in the class or online, whatever, if there's anybody who doesn't understand Hindi, let me know. I will teach in English. English is the course. It is a bad habit, nothing else. है ना, वो बीच-बीच में हिंदी आ जाता है because of a wrong habit, that's all. So anybody doesn't understand, raise your hand. Okay, I will translate whatever I say. Okay, Kanish says he likes maps, physical geography is in school. Geography was the graduation subject. Okay, fine. Then you test, you'll becomes favorite. ठीक है, Ashi, I get the point. It's interesting subject, non-subjective. Now please, all of you, ये non-subjective जो आप assume करके आ रहे हो, I think somebody is marketing it very, very smartly. Non-subjective दुनिया में बेटा कोई subject नहीं है, including mathematics. If mathematics you do masters and even graduation for that matter, you realize how much of subjectivity. The moment a subject talks about probability, okay, it becomes subjective. So subjective idea is a bad idea. Okay, yeah, the degree can vary. Some can have a bit more, but ऐसा नहीं है कि geography is very, very objective. It's not. There are theories, there are thinkers. Okay, and geography deals with human aspects. Okay, so just to give you an idea what geography is, geography essentially is the study of Earth and what man does on Earth, okay, because of what Earth offers as opportunities and resources. Okay, very short में, there was a man called Eratosthenes, a Greek philosopher. He said, geography is the study of Earth as the home of man. So, study of Earth, so many subjects do. Botany also studies some aspect of Earth. Geology studies some aspect of Earth. Okay, even physics and chemistry study aspects of Earth. But in geography, we study what is it about Earth, okay, because of which man can live here, okay, because of which a man can do some activities. Earth offers some opportunities. Earth offers some resources. Water है तो fishing हो रहा है. अगर land है तो agriculture है. अगर minerals हैं तो वे industries. Earth has some conditions where we can live and make houses. Okay, because of the conditions we have societies also. Okay, so Earth and man is what we are studying. Earth and man is what the subject is about. और जहां पर man आ गया, man is not man only in terms of what we do, it's also about what we think. So when I say man, it's about human activities, it's about human cultures, it's about human conflicts, it's about human man and planning, it's about man and economy. Okay, so in geography, we study languages of the world, religions of the world, development problems of the world, poverty of the world, urbanization in the world. So most of us who come from non-geography backgrounds and we have remembered some bit of geography of school, the assumption is geography is about climate, landforms. Right? Geography deals with some aspects of winds, what are rivers, what are deserts. Yes, but ये बहुत छोटा part है. Out of 20 units, geography syllabus has 20 units. 10 units in paper 1, 10 units in paper 2. Out of 20 units, only 1 unit has these topics, and that too uska bhi small part hi hai. Okay, so the physical geography we talk about climate, about landforms, about agents of erosion. It's a very, very small topic, and the best part is there are not too many questions from that either. The bulk of the syllabus of geography is all human aspects. Man and climate change, man and agriculture, man urbanization, man and development, man and industries, man disaster management, man and geopolitics. And wherever you have man, you are bound to have subjectivity. Okay, what man does, how man lives, how man decides can never be objective. Exactly A plus B equals C वैसे हो नहीं सकता. There's perceptions, there are biases, okay, there are processes in how we make decisions. ठीक है? So all of you who have come to geography because it is not subjective, पहले बताओ फीस दे दिया कि नहीं दे दिया? Okay, अगर दे दिया तो कुछ करना नहीं है. Okay, otherwise we'll see what we can do with you guys. Okay, so it's very important part. See, if you do not know what you're getting into, you only will get frustrated there. And be very realistic in terms of expectations. Okay? So that's one. Okay. So one reason one of you told me is about travel interest. Maybe you have some affinity. One of you said because geography background tha aapka. Fair enough. And subjectivity, I said, is not the right basis. Okay. Anybody else want to share why you had geography as a choice? Tell me. You have interest, okay? GS, you have some interest, okay, fine. Okay. Okay, that's very practical. How much weightage in prelims? Fair enough. ठीक है. Mains का? Mains में भी है. Good, nice. You understand. So in fact, let's be very clear here. You are not doing geography for knowledge, are you? Right. You have to clear the examination. Okay. So पढ़ के, and I have no illusions about being a geographer. I am not a geographer. I am jugaad, right? In jugaad, you understand in Hindi. Over time, I have learned how this examination can be written smartly. I have learned how to study geography a bit more smartly. And why I learned that? Because I made a lot of mistakes. Okay, 20 years of mistakes, मैंने सीखा है धीरे धीरे how the thing works. So I am teaching you how to crack the examination. It's a very unfortunate thing in education, but that's how it is. Okay. This is the worst type of study, where a subject which must otherwise be taught for 3 years in graduation and maybe 2 years in masters, I'm going to pack it up within 5-6 months for you. Okay. Your mind actually cannot concentrate for more than 1 hour at a stretch. But हम बिठाएंगे आपको 3 घंटा. Okay. Your education actually happens by by thinking, by introspecting, not by spoon feeding. But हम कराएंगे spoon feeding. So in terms of method of education, this is one of the worst methods of education. But that's how the system works. Unfortunately, I do not have much control on that. So be very clear here that आप geography लेने का one big reason is you want to clear the exam and have no guilt in saying this. Is being objective. And the benefits of geography, okay, prelims में भी है and mains में भी है. I mean, for that matter, every subject has lot of overlap with your examination, except maybe language papers. Language छोड़ दो, and maybe if you leave anthropology also, otherwise subjects like political science, sociology, public administration, geography, history, they have good overlap. And of this, I think geography has a very big overlap for simple reason I told you. Geography studies whatever man does, man and activities. So if you look at syllabus of geography, okay, paper one of GS, वैसे भी आपका geography है उसमें. In paper 2 of GS, there's a topic called as social injustice inequalities, which includes study of demography, women issues, poverty issues, hunger issues. वो सब geography का part है. I'll spend good 2-3 classes discussing some of these topics. Sex ratio क्या है, growth of population क्या है, urbanization issues. Urbanization is a topic in geography itself. So paper 2 has good geography. Almost 1/3 has a geography overlap. That's why I also take some topics of GS paper 2 also under social issues. Plus the third paper has the maximum overlap, because economy there are 2 parts. One is that conceptual economy, banking, finance, money and all of that. और एक part economy है which is trade, transport, development issues, industries. That's also core geography. In geography, we will study about industries, agriculture, trade, transport. So many of you are not aware, वो भी part of geography है. And environment is geography, disaster management is geography. In the paper 3, I can say 2/3 is geography. And of course, you also have security topics. We have topics of geopolitics, okay, also part of geography. IR भी है, that's also part of geography. Okay, so and ethics, I mean, that's a gray zone. You can use geographical concepts in ethics paper also. So I see geography has a pretty good overlap with your GS. So that's a very valid reason. And in prelims, you have 5 or 6 questions directly from geography. And environment वाले 10 से 15 questions होते ही होते हैं. And environment, because in forest service has the same prelims, environment will be a heavy part of your prelims always. And geography does a fair good amount of environment discussions. Okay, so that's an advantage here. So if agar ye part of the planning hai, very nice. That's how it should be. Now another aspect of geography, okay, that you should be aware about is, when I say geography is about man and what man does. So what man does is very dynamic. What man does today is not same as what man did yesterday. How we are dealing with look at Bangladesh. If we talk about geopolitics, India and neighbors, kitna jaldi change ho gaya, right? Bangladesh was a steady, fast friend of India, but suddenly now we find out Awami League is gone for some time at least. We do not know about what Bangladesh National Party will do. Okay, there is some concern there. How things change here. The same thing about environment and climate also. Things change very rapidly. The same thing as about human aspects like migration, human aspects like conflicts. So geography's a very big aspect is current affairs. So people ask me, सर ज्योग्राफी का करंट अफेयर्स कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एवरी टॉपिक ऑफ ज्योग्राफी हैज ए करंट अफेयर डायमेंशन टू इट. एंड क्वेश्चंस आल्सो आर आस्क्ड. आप पेपर पढ़ेंगे ना, इट लुक लाइक ए जीएस पेपर टू यू. प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ वाटर, problems of poverty, problems of agriculture reforms, problems related to resource management, problems of geopolitical conflicts. So current affair is a very, very important topic, and I feel that whether you study geography or not, ये तो करना ही पड़ेगा आपको current affairs, and geography subsumes quite a bit of current affairs there. So why you choose geography can be some of these reasons. Of course, apart from that, अगर interest है, it does help. In fact, I will suggest that if you can find some interest overlap, it helps. But interest alone, okay, without knowing this aspect will be bad. In fact, I had one student in the batch before last. He said, sir, I have joined geography because I want to learn geography. Okay, I said, you are doing a wrong thing. You should take back your admission and go. Because if you're studying geography only for sake of learning geography, it's a bad way of learning. Okay. Ultimately, he says, "Can exam bhi de denge," whatever. So don't do that mistake. Okay. Like say, I have lot of interest in history. Okay, but I chose ki nahi, history is not what I want to give the examination with. I have lot of interest in literature, language, but does not mean I'll take up language, English as my optional subject, because यहाँ पर मुझे marks भी score करना है. So interest is a very important thing, but make sure you're aware of these aspects of the examination also. Okay, so whatever reasons you may have had, and for heaven's sake, my request to all of you is, if you have any doubts around geography as a subject, geography preparation, geography answer writing, geography kya padhe nahi padhe, come and ask us. Come and ask the teacher concerned, come and ask the mentors. We have 2-3 people mapped to you. You come and ask them. Because what happens is, in this ecosystem, there are a lot of advisors around in the market. Everybody seems to know he or she can give good gyan. Right? As all of us have opinion, no? How India should be run. All have opinion how batting should be done in the cricket field. I have a lot of opinion of how Neeraj Chopra should have thrown the javelin. Okay, मेरा technique लगाता तो 95 तक पहुंच ही जाता. Okay, we have some ideas there. Okay, we love commenting on, अरे तेंदुलकर ने ऐसे क्या कर दिया, ऐसे पैर निकाल के मारता तो छक्का हो ही जाता. So this is the problem with this. It looks like everybody can advise. Don't do that. You'll get into a very bad trap. Any doubts you have, come and ask us. Any issues you have, come and ask us. Okay? That's one. Now another aspect. Okay, can you all tell me what is it that you fear about geography? I have some idea about why you took geography. You have come from background engineering. Okay, fine. But what are your fears about geography? Can you give me 1 or 2 fears? कुछ concern सुना होगा आपने? Yeah? Too many jargons. Okay, fine. So one problem is there are too many jargons. Jargons as in too many technical words. ठीक है, fine. What else? Syllabus बड़ा है, थोड़ा बड़ा नहीं, ठीक-ठाक बड़ा है. Okay. The syllabus is a bit wide. Okay, fine. What else? Marks नहीं आते. Okay, fine. Marks नहीं आते. कितने marks चाहिए पहले बताओ? कुछ आइडिया तो होगा कितना मार्क्स चाहिए? Okay, 300 plus. Connecting paper 1, paper 2. क्या है कनेक्शन में तो लगा बना देना है एक रोड छोटा सा. Paper 1, paper 2. Okay, fine. What are your fears? What are your concerns? We'll address it whatever I can. Mapping is a concern. Okay, fine. A legitimate concern. What else? What are your concerns? Online geographical thought. When you close my eyes, you cannot see. Same thing with me also. I can't see. Okay. When will enrichment begin? That's after. Geography is scoring. Okay, that's one reason. One of you says scoring versus other says पता नहीं marks नहीं आते हैं. Vastness. Okay, it is vast as part of syllabus. Vastness. Okay, fine. Taken point. Geographical language. That's about jargons. Geographical language. It's about jargons. Okay. What else? Geographical thought आपने बता दिया. Thought You fear. Okay. Geographical thought. Okay. What else? Climate vegetation. Now, you fear climate change, Ankita, or climate, or lack of vegetation. ठीक है, ऐसे वेरी स्पेसिफिक है, सर मुझे क्लाइमेट नहीं पढ़ना और वेजिटेशन भी नहीं पढ़ना, छोड़ देंगे, कोई बात नहीं, जब पढ़ना होगा बता देंगे कि अंकिता ये पार्ट छोड़ दो. Anybody else offline? Any doubts? Any fears you want to share with me? Parts of? Which part? Data. Okay. Data is a good point. Relationship with current affairs. सोच के बोले बच्चे. Fine, ठीक है. Relationship with current affairs. What else? इसमें डर क्या है? Current affairs आ जाएगा डर है या नहीं आएगा डर है? कैसे रिलेशनशिप करना है? ओके, फिर भी आपका डाउट में क्लियर नहीं है, ठीक है, ओके, आई विल टेक इट सम वे. डेटा इज योर डाउट. अच्छा, डेटा में क्या है? बहुत ज्यादा डेटा है, याद करना पड़ता है. अच्छा, ठीक है, ओके. एनीबडी एल्स व्हाट आर फियर्स आर? आई विल टेक अप वन बाय वन, ठीक है, एंड आई विल डू वेरी ऑब्जेक्टिवली. आई विल नॉट ट्राई टू मार्केट द सब्जेक्ट, neither will I want to demonize the subject, but of course this is my bread and butter. Okay, I teach because I love geography, and I'm teaching for the last 24 years because okay, I like geography. So in some ways I'm the wrong man to comment on this, but then I think मैं नहीं बोलूंगा तो और कौन बोलेगा geography के बारे में. Let's take up one by one, ठीक है? Now see, the first point is about okay, the jargons. I think this should be your least of the concerns. Every subject will have its own language. Okay, polity है तो उसका अपना language है. Okay, law है तो उसका अपना language है. Physics है उसका अपना language है. See, every subject has a language, and it is not that these languages are so technical you can't get a hang of it. I think this you can manage if you stay with the class and you be sincere. और इतने बार सुन लोगे आप लोग ये so many times, आपको याद हो जाएगा. Okay, but it's nice thing you're conscious about the fact that I must use geographical language. That's a nice word. There are some terms जो unique to geography हैं. The concept of space, the concept of relation and regions. Okay, there are some terms in geographical thought. Okay, so yes, jargons are there, but I don't think jargons are really okay unmanageable. It's all about getting familiar. Okay, पहले पता नहीं था, अब पता चल जाएगा आपको धीरे धीरे. So I don't think this should be a concern. You'll manage this one. Okay. Now this is one of the concerns, the syllabus and the vastness. In your subjects, 4 or 5 subjects are considered as core humanities. Like that's why it's like, in engineering, the core engineering is electrical engineering. The core engineering is mechanical engineering. The core engineering is civil engineering, and then development hua environmental engineering, computer science, okay, electronics, instrumentation. From mechanical you have automobile engineering, you have got manufacturing. So some subjects are core subjects. Okay, core subjects by nature will be a bit more vast. Okay, so core subjects like geography hai, political science IR hai. History is also like a core subject, so is sociology. Okay, so these subjects, if you do justice with it, you will take around 5 to 6 months to cover the foundational content of the syllabus. ये लगेगा आपको time. Okay, and ऐसा नहीं है, the other subjects take 1 or 2 months. ऐसा भी नहीं है. There are subjects which can even public administration. It takes about 5 months to finish. Okay, so the vastness, one is the subject nature ही वैसा है. Okay, one. Number 2, see what's happening is over the years the type of questions have changed. Earlier the questions were more straightforward, more objective questions. Then they have layered the questions with more depth. Okay, they have layered the questions with more nuances. They have layered the questions with more current affairs. So what happens is, okay, I must teach the core subject, and because questions are changing, I must keep on adding also. Same teacher, When I started teaching geography, believe me, I was to finish in 3 months. I would start in the month of January, finish the course by March, leave students for 1 month ki jaake karo prelims preparation and clear the prelims also. The same teacher. People would give prelims. So हमारे पास सिर्फ 2 महीना है. I said, okay, fine, 2 महीने में आपका करा देंगे 80% of geography. और मेंस लिख के आ जाते थे बच्चे. But that 3 months, मैंने ही करा 3.5 months. I'm the guy who made it 4 months. I'm the guy who made it 4.5, 5 months. Now I take 6 months. And the 6 months ka duration is a development of last 2 years. Because the questions are now getting more nuanced. Okay. So that's one aspect. Okay. It's a core subject. Second, my objective is not to finish syllabus. My objective is कि इतना पढ़ो कि exam clear कर पाओ. Right? So when I come to the type of questions asked, I have to go deeper. There are many topics which are not mentioned in the syllabus, but questions पूछ लेते हैं. Okay, so I have to go a bit more. There are some topics in the syllabus, but I think इस पे कुछ सवाल पूछ नहीं रहा है. Okay, so let's not waste too much time there, and we move on. So I always say one thing: the width of a subject depends on the teacher and the student. Same geography, there are teachers who can teach in 4 months also. Same geography, there are teachers who don't finish the course in 1 year also. So it's all about how we teach. It is not the subject. And I tell my students, if you are willing to learn and I'm willing to teach, I can keep on teaching. So I can teach for 3 hours at a stretch. I can teach for 4 hours at a stretch. I can teach for 1 book. I can teach from 3 books also. So ये vastness वाला game जो है ना, this is entirely a choice that we have. I have been told by my team, the sales and business team, कि सर आप खामखा 6 महीना कराते हो, and there are other teachers who teach in 4.5 months, and we are losing admissions to those institutes. Okay, sir आप भी छोटा करो इसको. Trust me, I tried it. Okay, it did not work out with me. I'm not saying others are wrong, but I cannot teach in as much time. I need some time, thinking, discussion. I need some time, okay, in terms of book readings also. I cannot teach in 4 months. So is subject worth 4 months? Yes, if a teacher decides so. Is the subject worth 6 months? I say yes, if a teacher decides so. So the vastness partly is because of it's a core subject, second syllabus, third as a teacher, एक और reason है. Now see, the subject is very dynamic. If I teach the subject with current affairs, I end up taking a bit more of time. मैंने पढ़ा, say syllabus says climate change and keeps quiet. But when I get in the nuance of climate change, issues, debates, discussions, IPCC reports, okay, then वो class फिर खींच जाएगा आपका. So current affair is a very important reason why the subject gets a bit more stretched. But I think that this is a good thing to happen. Because even if I don't teach you, आपको तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना. Even if I don't teach and don't mention the subject, but because current affair is part of UPSC, you better do current affairs. So you take it as an advantage. हम खुद नहीं करा पाते शायद सर हमें करा रहे. And about this vastness thing, let this not bother you. Okay, this examination requires a type of depth, requires a type of nuance. Okay, आपको सीखना पड़ेगा. Okay, even if I cut short, in some ways, आपको ultimately खुद पढ़ना पड़ जाएगा आपको. So I think this is one thing. Let's not be bothered about. It's like, I like driving. I'm not bothered about कि petrol भरना पड़ता है. I say it's part of the game. I must be ready to pay for the petrol. I must be ready to drive in such a way that I can reach a petrol pump in time. But petrol भरना पड़ता है, थोड़ी परेशान करेगा मुझे. If I'm driving, I love traveling, tire तो पंचर होगा, right? I can't bother about that. But yes, I'll take precautions. I must have a place or a method to mend my tires. So let's not get bothered by this. Okay, let's not worry about this one. you park yourself with me. Okay, we'll do what sir says. We'll move at a pace. We'll move with the nuance of the subject, and we'll let things happen. Okay, so foundation course for all of you is going to take you 6 months. Let us not be worried about that one. Starting, we'll spend the first 5, 6, 7 days in doing a bit of maps. Okay, syllabus में world map है नहीं, but geography without maps is no geography. Okay, your paper 1 doesn't mention maps at all. Paper 2 has Indian maps, but I think you should know about the world continent wise. If I had time, I would have taught you for 20 days only maps first. Okay, but we don't have as much time, so allow me 6, 7 days. Okay, we'll do 1 week of map work and then we'll start off. Starting from when I start, your first unit will be geomorphology. अब उस day से 6 months add कर लेना. So even if I take end of August, okay, say end of August, September, October, November, December, Jan, approximately Feb tak. This is a 6 months ka foundation course. I cannot compromise there. All fine here? Achha. So let's accept this one. Okay. Next, about the marks. You know, I remember my teacher. Okay, a teacher who probably liked me, but more often than not, I was always punished and scolded by him. I want to believe that he liked me a bit more. Okay? So, you know, he would say this, that in your test paper, in your answer scripts, it's written marks obtained. It doesn't say marks given. And I can appreciate that today. जो आपको marks मिलता है ना, it is what you obtain for yourself. Right? In geography, there are students who score more than 300. हमारे अपने students हैं 308, 309, 320. Our students 290, 298, 295. I'll get some of them to talk to you guys also. And there are students who will not clear 200 mark भी नहीं निकालना पाएंगे. Same teacher, same notes, same content, okay, same discussions. Somebody scores this much, somebody will not cross 200. So it's actually not the subject. Okay. And there are students who can score as much even in sociology, as much even in anthropology, as much even in PSIR. और इनमें भी बच्चे होंगे who will not clear 200 marks also. So it is always your ability to score, not the subject. So answer writing is a nuance, is a technique of writing and expressing something. There are some diagrams you need, there are certain language you need, there must be some examples that you need. Okay, answer writing is a whole different ball game. It's like, you know, you reading about cricket is not same as going and playing cricket, is not same as practicing on the nets, not same as playing international level match. I may be a very good cricketer on the newspaper. सब data, figures सब याद है मुझे, कैसे खेला जाता है, all techniques are by hearted. I'm a brilliant scorer in my street cricket. Nukkad mein I can play very well. But how I play in the match is again different ball game. So your marks depends on some aspects or ability of your writing and thinking skills. Most of us focus on writing skills. I say ये तो बाद में आएगा. First develop your thinking skills. ये सबसे important है. Because when a question is asked, there are questions which are straight questions. Write a note on Delhi, India's capital. Or write a fill in the blank. What is India's capital? You know the answer. I call that as L1 question. And there are questions that challenge your intellect. Do you think Delhi as India's capital is the right choice? Should we have another city as India's capital? ये thinking question है. ऐसे questions you can't even anticipate. ये सब पूछ लेगा, आपको भी नहीं पता था आपको. these questions you can't prepare for. Okay, and there are some transition questions, I call them as L2 questions. What's happening last 4-5 years is the L2 and L3 questions are increasing dramatically. Almost 60-70% of questions are of this kind. And let me say this without holding it back. There are many students or aspirants who aspire to become an IAS officer, but they are not willing to develop the skills required to become an IAS officer. You might be good and sincere in terms of your dreams, does not mean you are sincere in terms of efforts. I mean, there are some students, I want to tell them, beta, tumse na ho payega. But I hold back because maybe I'm wrong. I hold back because I might hurt. I hold back because it becomes rude. Okay. I hold back because I am patient. Chalo, theek hai, seekhte hain. So a lot of people who don't score marks are because they do not know how to write or how to think. Ek aur problem hai. Okay, you'll realize this. Say you are preparing 2024 mein geography optional, and you give the attempt in 25. Say something happened, you didn't clear the prelims. Okay, फिर 2026 में आपने दोबारा attempt दिया. Okay, whatever happened, qualify नहीं किया. 2027, you are very scared कि दो बार नहीं हुआ है. You spend more time preparing for the prelims and you clear it. Okay, एक दो आधा साल जा चुका है. In 2.5 years, जो आपने यहां पढ़ा होगा ना, यहां भूल जाते हो. You've forgotten things here. So many people who clear the prelims actually are not ready for the mains. It's like, you know, a race includes running and swimming. The first phase is run. I'm a very good runner. और मैं पार कर गया. अब swimming मुझे आता ही नहीं है. And then you are sad कि मैं swimming में fail हो गया. So ये एक और problem है. And for most of you, you will require 1 or 2 attempts. For many of you, you will give examination 26-27 में दोगे आप. By when you would have forgotten lot of mains topics. GS mains से भूल जाओगे आप. Okay. It requires some continuous practice, continuous revision, continuous practice that you can sustain the geography when you are giving the mains exactly. ये एक और reason है why people don't score marks. So not scoring marks के बहुत सारे reasons हैं. And of course there are years when, like I think 2021 was one year the question was very tough in geography. There was another year, I think 2018 or 17 tha, when geography was very bad. Okay, but otherwise geography has been a decent subject. In fact, last year geography marks was, I think, the best marks. We did a good data calculation. The best marks obtained on an average was highest for geography. तो ये तो swings होता रहता है. There are some years, some subject gets a bit more preference, some subjects see a bit more of dip. But by and large, geography, political science, sociology, anthropology, these are decent subjects and you will do fine there. So let's accept one thing, कि marks लाने के लिए you have to learn something, okay, as a part of your writing skills and as a part of your thinking skills. And one more thing I'm telling this to you, अभी से बता रहे हैं आपको. How many of you agree answer writing आपको सीखना पड़ेगा? Raise your hands. How many of you agree you have to learn answer writing? All agree? How many of you feel answer writing बहुत important है? Raise your hands. All agree? I am presuming offline response is more or less same as the online response. But trust me, when I start answer writing, okay, most of you will drop out. Because जो rigor चाहिए answer writing के लिए, most of you are not mentally prepared for it. जब join करते हैं ना, sir, ये भी करा दें, वो भी करा दें, ये भी पढ़ा दें, वो भी पढ़ा दें. I know what is going in your mind. But when the actual work starts, you'll find people slipping. याद रखना ये लोग, आप लोग. So all those who go absent during answering sessions, you must recall this. कि सर ने बोला था कि मैं दुम दबा के भाग लूंगा. Okay, you remember this, all of you. Answer writing is a very, very interesting process provided you are invested in it. एक क्वेश्चन समझने में it can take you half an hour sometimes. ये पूछ क्या रहा है? Why are they asking like this? Okay, so answer writing skill is very, very important. It will take us time and you have to learn the process very, very patiently. The marks आना is dependent on that. ठीक है? Okay. Coming to connecting 1 and 2, ये जब होगा तब होगा देखा जाएगा. Okay. It's not something I can tell you right now, and you are right. You need to connect paper 1 and paper 2 in some ways because applied aspect. This is something I will not bother of now. Mapping, there are 2 parts of mapping. There are 3 parts of mapping. One mapping is the world mapping. Second mapping is India's mapping. Third is mapping using maps as a part of your answers. एक तो मैंने एक्सरसाइज दिया है. You mark where is Himalayas. You mark where is Ural Mountains. You mark where is the Coral Sea. ठीक है, वो एक एक्सरसाइज हो गया. So world map syllabus में है नहीं. We don't have it in syllabus. And there are no questions asked. The last time they asked world map was I think 2000 what? 12 or 13 tha. And then the syllabus of geography changed. So since then, the world map has not been asked. India map is a compulsory question. They'll ask you 10 questions on it. And for India map, okay, there are videos I'll share with you. Because to do India's map will take me 20 days. Okay, jab syllabus chota tha, when I used to finish geography in 4.5 months, I used to teach live 20 classes of maps. But ab patience aap mein nahi hai, main to padhai dunga. But you lose the patience. So what I've done is I've made recordings of 40 odd lectures, 15 minute, 20 minute lectures hain, which I'll share with all of you and you can practice. If you have a doubt, come and ask me. So India mapping will do that one. The third part hai drawing maps and using answers. There's something called as case studies, which we will teach you. In fact, I am the first institute, the first teacher who is teaching case studies alag se. But those sessions will not be in the regular class timing. We have it in second half. Okay, like I said, no, you have come for 2 hours of class, but be ready for a longish sessions. Second half, twice a week or thrice a week. Okay, we have sessions of 15 minute, 20 minute ka sessions, where we take up a topic and teach you through the maps. You will give in notes, aap likhenge usko. And now those sessions I'm planning to go live on the YouTube also. वहां भी देखना, nothing to hide there. Okay, but I'll prefer that you be in the class when I'm doing this, online, offline, both. Okay, so this I will teach you as a part of geography's coverage itself. Okay, so maps I'll take care. Geographical thought वगैरह again we'll come to it. आप पढ़ेंगे, साथ में पढ़ेंगे. Geographical thought is almost you can say 20% of our syllabus. वो use करा जाएगा बहुत जगह. Okay, the unit itself is one unit, but उसके applications बहुत जगह आते हैं. Okay, not 20, a bit more lesser maybe. And there was one year, I think 2018 again, the भूल जा रहे हैं, the 50% of paper was geographical thought. Okay, but then last 3 years say they reduced the number of questions geographical thought, and the questions are no longer as difficult they used to be. But you know, UPSC can always surprise you. अचानक एक साल में फटाक से पूछ देगा. We'll be okay with that. Geographical thought you'll do with me. Yes, it requires a different type of mindset. Okay, थोड़ा सा philosophical है, सोचना पड़ेगा. You'll wonder से geography पढ़ रहे थे, philosophy में क्यों घुस गए हम लोग. Okay, so those things we'll handle. Now about your issue of data and current affairs, you asked me, right? आपने पूछा. She is very right. This is a very important part of your preparation. Think of a question. Say, think of a question I ask you. Tell us, what are the problems of poverty in India? Say, I ask a question to you. What are the problems of? By the way, online students, I am addressing you, but you guys are too quiet. I hope you all are attentive and listening to me. Yeah, all of you attentive, listening to me, online students. Yeah, there's no teaching. It's more of conversation. Yeah, all of you. Yes. Yash, Ajay, Muskan. Tamil. Oh, Vanakkam. Tamil. Shubham, Sanjeevini, Ashutosh. Okay, good, nice. And those on the YouTube also are listening to me. Dhananjay, nachos and cheese. Idli vada. Okay, ekdam local desi. Dhananjay, Pradeep, all attentive while I'm speaking? All listening to me while I speak? There's a bit of a time lag there. No, not all classes. Initial classes, we go live. It's a part of telling we have started and what we are doing. So if you have an issue, you can ask us. So do let me know if I am fine. Hi, Harshit, Bhaskar. Yes? Okay, come back. So about this data, she's asking, the question I was asked was, data and current affairs becomes tricky and that is scary for us. That's scary for us. So I'm asking a question to all of you. Say I give a question. Write about the poverty issues, poverty impact, poverty in India. तो आप क्या लिखेंगे? India has some poverty. In India, there are some poor people. Okay. Because of poverty, there is lack of education. Because of poverty, people have a housing problem. Extreme poverty can cause a hunger problem. Poverty in India is very high in some places. Poverty in India is high in some communities. ये लिखोगे क्या लिखोगे आप? Right? Okay, I'm asking, write a note on poverty in India. And what do you think? Question, geography question है या GS question? क्या question है ये? If I ask a question, आप बताओ क्या question है? It's an open question, right? It can be asked in anything. They can ask you in GS, they can ask you in essay, जहाँ पूछना है पूछे. Poverty is an open topic. They can ask you poverty in anthropology, poverty in sociology, poverty in economy पूछ लेगा. Okay, poverty history भी part है. ठीक है. 7. The classes are both online and offline. The same class also gets beamed online. And while I'm beaming, the camera is here. I can see all your comments. You can ask me a question as when you want to clarify. Hi, Uzma. Yes, nice. In fact, in many institutes, the complaint is the teacher does not give attention to online. मेरे क्लास में उल्टा होता है. Offline come and tell me, sir, आप हमें ध्यान नहीं देते हो. Okay, हमने भी पैसे दे रखे हैं types. So it's both way. Okay, I'm listening to you, hearing you, looking at you, and also the offline also. So it happens both ways. Okay, come back here. So if I ask a question on poverty, it's a generic question. Anybody can ask in any subject. और आप लिखोगे क्या? यही लिखोगे आप. Okay. Now, if you write like this, what do you think? Does it appeal to me? There is some poverty. Okay. Some places there are poverty. Poverty causes problem. Poverty is responsible for hunger issues. It doesn't look nice, no? Smart is, okay, the poverty in India is predominantly in the agrarian belt of northern India, where okay, almost more than 50% of the farmers are BPL population. अब लगा तो पंच लगा आपको? Poverty in India, okay, is almost as much as 30% if I look at BPL population. But if you look at extreme destitution, poverty is about 15 to 18%. Who says so? Okay, XYZ agency says so. Poverty is very high in particular tribal communities. And tribal communities which make up 8% of India's population, we find more than 85% of the tribal populations have incomes less than 2,000 rupees prescribed as standard income. The more specific now? Okay. So data is something that the UPSC as an examination does not demand explicitly. वो लिखेगा नहीं कि डेटा लिखो. But without data, your answers will be shallow. Okay. Your answers will lack punch. Your answers will look like very superficial answers. Lack of data only tells me कि आपने पढ़ा ही नहीं है. What is energy problem of India? सर बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. कितना प्रॉब्लम है सर? बहुत है. कहाँ है सर? हर जगह है. Okay. किस सेक्टर में? सर हर सेक्टर में है. कब से है सर? बहुत दिनों से है सर. सॉल्व हो जाएगा? हाँ हो जाएगा सर. कब होगा? हो जाएगा एक दिन सर. 47. Okay. I hope you got the point here. So when you don't use data and facts, your discussions are very shallow discussions. आपको क्वेश्चन पेपर बताएगा नहीं कि डेटा यूज करो. Okay. But if you cannot talk about some discussions based on, so 2024 economic survey says this. Okay. That the recent CSO survey says this. NFHS survey 6 says this. If you do not do that, your answer does not have the punch. So data, याद करना है नहीं करना है, is entirely your choice. Okay. And I would recommend that without data, current affairs, you cannot analyze also. Analysis का मतलब क्या है? Go deep. Analysis means look at something very closely and tell us कि क्या issues हैं. Compare करना है, contrast करना है, to एक argument establish करना है, you better have facts in place. Without facts, your answers are generic, okay, and shallow discussions. So UPSC mains में, they don't demand data. But if I'm checking an answer and one guy has data, it makes a lot of difference. I asked a question in the test yesterday, okay, tell us about the impact of EV technology on India's security. You know what's EV technology? Okay, electric vehicles on India's energy security. अगर data नहीं है, how much of we are producing electricity, how much is consumed in transport sector, how much of imports are because of transportation energy demand. Like, अगर ये data नहीं पता है, answer very shallow answer. So data and current affairs, if you ask me, is actually your choice. अगर आप नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, so one person came to me, sir, article लिखा है, इतना सा data है. Like, मैंने कहा data सब मत उठाओ ना. You must develop an acumen and a wisdom what data to pick up. You must develop an own ability कि अच्छा इसको उठाते हैं बहुत अच्छा है. ये कैसे develop करोगे आप? By 3 ways. Know the type of questions being asked. Know what type of discussions books have. And know what type of answers you can write. So धीरे धीरे you will learn the nuances of what type of data you must focus on. And data bhi nobody cares. You write down 20, okay, 7.73%. ऐसा मत लिखो यार. Less than, okay, 1/3. That's okay. This is very close, 33%. That's less than 1/3 has this problem. That's perfectly fine. So you need to have a good understanding of the range that is required in your conversations. But in some cases, very, very important. The temperature increase is 0.8 centigrade to 1.1 centigrade over the pre-industrial years. अब ये 1.1 बहुत important. You cannot make it 1.5 here. So you must know in what type of data you can bluff. Okay, people ask me, sir, हम ऐसी नंबर लिख देंगे? मैंने कहा हाँ लिखो ना. But idea तो हो कितना bluff कर सकते हो. How much population does India have? Bluff करो. Okay, bluff करने का range पता होना चाहिए ना. How much people have? So I'm bluffing 5 billion population. Yeah, come on. You're giving India the entire world status or what? Okay. So to bluff करने के लिए भी you need a range. So I know approximately 1 point something है. So I'll say it's very close to 1.5 billion. I'm not very far away. If I say 1.3 billion plus, वो भी चलेगा. Okay. So bluffing also requires some understanding of क्या range is permissible range. So make it a kind of a habit for yourself. जब पढ़ रहे हो, go deep into discussions and see what are the relevant ones that you must focus on. Okay. So my conclusion here is, let's not bother about kitna vast. If you have come to a class, then you leave that part to me. You're all prepared mental level पे कि हम 6 महीना पढ़ेंगे, syllabus खत्म करेंगे, then leave it to me. Then for geography, just do what I tell you. Okay, I'll make you do something extra. There'll be the classes where I will stretch you a bit. The sessions where I'll ask you to do some specific reading, आप मुझ पे छोड़ दें. Okay, it's a very important part of learning का पहला step होता है, you trust me as a teacher. Okay, that I will not mislead you, and I'm saying I can make mistakes. Okay, I do make mistakes. But if you know I have made a mistake, come and tell me, I'll own it up. अगर मुझे डिस्कवर हो गया मैंने गलत बता दिया था कल, I'll come and tell that to you next day. I have no qualms in accepting that. Okay, but somewhere trust the process. कि हाँ, sir has been teaching for as many years. He knows the subject, and let's keep it to him. So the vastness and the intricacies, leave that to me. Your commitment is come to class regularly, be part of the sessions regularly, do assignments on regular basis. फिर देखते हैं क्या होता है, what happens thereafter. All fine here, all of you? ठीक है? अच्छा, now, so I have a fair idea about why you took geography. Okay, and if not, have the clarity कि आप geography पढ़ेंगे to qualify, and in the process you also will learn to develop interest. Is a very important wisdom, you know. This mother and child relationship जो है, trust me, the relationship develops over years of investment. Okay, it's not that the mother loves the baby from the day one. Day one, yes, the mother has had the baby for 9 months in her womb. Okay, so वो एक attachment है, हाँ मेरे पास था my baby. But actually, the mother not sleeping in the night, mother sacrificing her life for the child, mother staying hungry and keeping the baby fed, the baby crying and mother is consoling. If the investment होता है ना, that is what gets the mother and child close. If a mother gives birth and the mother gives away her baby for whatever reasons, unfortunately, trust me, the bond will never be as close. So the bondage, जो interest बोलते हैं ना, वो develop होता है when you invest yourself in the process. Okay, you are part of that. So that's why, you know, whether वो mother and child हो or I have a small pet. I have friends, I don't, myself, I'm not a very big pet lover, but I have friends, okay, where the dog or the cat is like their family. और बात भी वैसी करते हैं. It's like a small baby there, okay, and they're as upset. खाना नहीं खाया, बीमार पड़ा हुआ है. And I remember, I'm a bit scared of dogs, to be very honest. Okay, somehow I get uncomfortable. So couple of weeks ago, I went to my friend's place. Week नहीं, month हो गया. I stayed with him for 3 days for some reason, and they have a dog. Initially, I was mortally scared. मैंने कहा कुछ भी कर लो, मेरे पास नहीं आना चाहिए. Okay, and for 3 days, okay, somehow the dog got close to me. I would start eating, वो आके पैर के पास बैठ जाए. I'm talking to him, वो आके फिर पैर के पास बैठ जाए. Okay, early morning, twice in the mornings, I could feel the dog is there, almost knocking the door, kind of waking me up. And after 3 days, I got very close to the dog. Okay, and my friend was telling me, this guy is very upset with you. I said, why? कि तू यहाँ घूम रहा, एक बार भी हाथ लगाता नहीं है उसको. That's why he comes and sits near you, कि हाथ लगाओ मुझे. Okay, and then you start realizing that they're communicating with you. And then, you know, even अभी भी I call up, बताओ, how is Joy? His name is Joy. How is Joy? How is he doing? And so on. So it's because of time you spend. Early morning, taking the dog out for a walk. In the evening, taking them out for a walk, caring for them. The same thing with knowledge and studies also. आप time देंगे, पढ़ाई करेंगे, you'll invest your energy into it. समझ में नहीं आ रहा, you're pulling your hair and you're trying, you will develop interest. You will start appreciating the nuances of a subject. And UPSC preparation में बेटा ये बहुत important है. If you do not invest yourself, if you do not give time and energy into subject, आपको कभी वो समझ में नहीं आएगा. It always will remain superficial as a subject. For the next 6-7 months, 8 months, 1 year, whatever time we have, आप इसमें invest करोगे time, and you will start appreciating the nuances of the topics that you are studying. Take all of you here? Okay. So I have established 3-4 things. One is that there is a process to what I do. Okay. Some things you will have to accept it, don't fight it. And our course will go through certain stages. Stage number 1, where I am covering your syllabus. Okay. इसी के साथ एक आएगा where I will do part enrichment, with case studies, part enrichment with current affairs. Along with this, I will do part PYQ also. हम कराएंगे आपको. Okay. But then, I have only as much time. It's like, what I'm doing here, okay, is just okay types. My focus is your syllabus completion. This is what I call as the foundation course. फाउंडेशन कोर्स में आपको सब्जेक्ट समझ में आ जाएगा, कैसे क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं वो आपको दिखाई दे देगा. I would have taught you some amount of answer writing also, and I will go beyond the syllabus, definitely. But this will not be enough to clear the examination. Some of you from science background will appreciate this thing. Say, you have a science background, class 11th and class 12th. You have taken science subject, okay? And you have done physics, chemistry, mathematics किया है आपने. And maybe you are a gold medalist. आप शायद 99% वाले student हो. Very sincere work and very good. But tell me, with this 11, and those of you who have done it, you understand better. Even if you are topper here, even if you have been the best student here, can you clear IIT entrance examination like that? You cannot. आपको कुछ और भी चाहिए बीच में, correct? Okay. So see this as the foundation course. Foundation course, all the topics will be covered. Okay. I will not cover 100%. Please remember this. ये हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. Even if you assume it. I will cover around 90-95% हम कराएंगे आपको. That's my promise. Some things I will leave because important नहीं है. Something I'll say कि अपने आप पढ़ लो. But I'll cover this much. In fact, in terms of coverage, I think I'm the highest coverage in terms of geography syllabus. I'll do that. And I'll teach you some bit of this also. But फिर भी आप exam निकालने के लायक नहीं हो. Because there are some additional aspects that you have to know. This thing has evolved the last 4-5 years ज़्यादा. There was a time when students could do only this, that too for 4 months and clear the examination because the questions were more straight questions. The questions were not as tricky and deep questions. Today, whether optional or GS, you cannot clear if you do not do some additional advanced course also. तो सर आप एडवांस यहां क्यों नहीं करा देते हैं? बिकॉज आप मेंटली रेडी नहीं हो, as simple as that. मैं तो कराना चाह रहा हूं, आप तो ऐसे ही 6 months सोच के घबरा जाते हो आप लोग. Okay, that's why we break the course. Break the course. Let us do foundation first. Okay, and then we will start off with your advanced content. ठीक है? In advanced content, I teach more points. I will do more answer writing here. Actual answer writing you learn here. Okay, यहाँ पर it's more of getting familiar with. अच्छा ऐसे questions आते हैं. And you are not probably subject wise in control to take up the answer writing properly. But आप इनसे लिखें इसमें, I'll check your paper also. अभी नहीं, after 1 month or so, you write answers, you bring to class, I'll check it also. But your level will still be not up there. It'll take time for you to hit that level that we want. Yes, Sanjeevani, you're right. You can use all the sources for your data. Okay? So that's why we have one course called as the foundation course. It will be followed by geography enrichment course. Okay. Together we call this as the integrated course. Can you raise your hand? How many of you have joined integrated course? Raise your hand. So most of you have. The rest, I believe, you have done this foundation course. Yeah, online students. Yeah, some of you would have joined this and this together. Others, you have done this. That's your choice. No problem. Yeah, you have joined integrated. Fine, that's okay. So this happens after the foundation gets over or substantially done. Okay. I'll explain this timeline afterwards to you, but I hope you understand what the preparation entails. Okay, Ashish, Shubham, Muskan, good enough, fine. All of you welcome there. But whether आप मेरे साथ करें या ना करें, that's your choice. Okay, but you have to do this either on your own or okay with some other institute, that's your choice. But in some ways, you know, I am the originator of this course here. Right from I think 2000, when it was I think 12 or 13 onwards, I started offering this course. Okay, it was initially called as main support program, then we expanded that into an enrichment program. यहाँ पर आपका additional content, revisions यहाँ पे होते हैं. ये जो problems होता है ना, you forget things. So I revise it here. Plus I also teach answer writing with the tests. You actually have it here. यहाँ पर आपके टेस्ट नहीं होंगे. I have assignments यहाँ पे अलग assignments होंगे. The assignments are different here. The tests are different here. Okay, so you follow this process, it should be good enough. ठीक है. Any questions you want to clarify? Anybody? I've taught quite a bit now, discussed quite a bit. Any queries you have, you want to clarify? Online, offline? पूछो. आशुतोष no? Okay. Offline anybody? कुछ तो सोच के आए होगे कि पूछेंगे नहीं पूछेंगे. Okay. Some doubt you have, some query you have. Okay, something troubling you may be. Okay, something that you are doubtful about, whatever you have in mind. Nothing? ठीक है, keep thinking through. If you have a doubt, ask me. I'll answer. Nobody online also? Ashi, Ashutosh, nobody online also? Achha, ठीक, okay. Now, so your course will start with your map work. Okay, so 1 week of map work approximately. And we are 3 teachers. I am the main teacher. I will take almost 70-80% of syllabus I will take. I am supported by Ajay sir. Ajay sir takes care of case studies. He'll take care of your mapping sessions. He is there for you if I'm not there. कोई doubt clear करना है आपको. Plus he comes in with some topics. Okay. Plus environment topics में we have Shivani madam. Okay, she'll come in, I'll let you win. But I will be taking the bulk of the short topics. And me and Ajay sir kind of work with each other. Okay, and if required, even madam comes in beech mein. Yeah, Shivani madam, or could also be Dimple madam, any one of them. Dimple madam was part of my team for a long time, but then she had some family problems. She had to take a break for 6-7 months. Okay, so we'll decide whatever happens there. Okay, so that's the team you will deal with. Acha. Now, certain things, एक है books आपके पास क्या होना चाहिए? What are the books? So I think all of you must have got a sheet or so. Okay, yeah, you all got a list of books. Now see, I am of a firm believer. This examination doesn't happen if you read the class notes alone. Class notes is a convenient compilation. But ultimately आपको किताब से पढ़ना होगा. Without opening the books, your conceptual clarity will not be complete. Without the books, you'll always have a problem of some conceptual understanding. So books are a must. But then there are 3 types of books. One is the basic books. Basic books, they are must read completely. इसमें हम कोई छोड़ेंगे नहीं, पूरा का पूरा पढ़ना होगा. The must read books are the 4 books of NCERT. Okay, you have got class 12th NCERT, 2 of them, and class 11th NCERT, 2 of them. One is India and the physical environment. One is the fundamentals of physical geography. Class 11th में है ये 2 किताब. और 2 किताब. One more book is the human geography of the world and India ka human geography, people and the economy. Okay, these 4 books are must read and you must read it entirely on your own. Because I'm starting with geomorphology, you might start with this book, Fundamentals of Physical Geography. So all of you buy these 4 books and the new edition is fine, not a problem. And give yourself 1 week, 10 days, whatever time you want to think. Okay, and you finish these books on your own. School किताबें हैं. Okay, there will be some concepts you don't understand. उसको लिख के रख लेना. Okay, and rest of the book आप पढ़ लेना. Okay, so it's not that कि सर कुछ समझ में नहीं, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. You will understand. School किताबें हैं. Okay, you will not take much time either. So the NCERT books are your must read books. You have got no option here, no choice. Okay, even for GS you need to read these 4 books. हम जब पढ़ा रहे होंगे GS, यही 4 बुक हम दोबारा रिपीट करेंगे आपके लिए. Okay, this is must read. Then there are books we call as reference books. Reference books, there are 8, 9 of them. Reference books, you will not study on your own. I will tell you what to read, what page, what paragraph, and which section. I will guide. This is a guided reading hoga aapka. But you have to read this. There are 8, 9 books. There are 5 books of Savindra Singh, no, 4 books of Savindra Singh. Geomorphology Savindra Singh, Climatology Savindra Singh, Oceanography Savindra Singh, and you have Environment Geography Savindra Singh. It doesn't matter which edition you take, all of them are same, बस cover page change करते रहते हैं. Okay, the 4 books are good enough for your physical geography, paper 1, section A के लिए काफी है. Okay, and there is one book जो combined book है, combined book called as Physical Geography Savindra Singh. Don't buy that. So there is Geomorphology by Savindra Singh, Climatology by Savindra Singh, Oceanography by Savindra Singh, and Environment Geography by Savindra Singh. ये चारों किताब आप अलग अलग खरीदोगे आप. There is a separate book called as Physical Geography Savindra Singh. Don't buy this because this book has these 4 combined together but very less content. So some of you have bought this. ठीक है, किताब के बेकार जाएगा नहीं, रख लेना साइड में अलग से. But ये 4 आप खरीदेंगे. And I'll follow these books while I'm teaching you in the class. Okay. इसके अलावा there is one book on Indian geography by Khuller. The list has that all the names. ठीक है. There is one book called as Human Geography by Majid Hussain. There's one book called as Geographical Thought by Dixit. You also have Models and Theories by Majid Hussain. You have to buy all the books. या तो आप 7 एक बार खरीद लो, you get a discount in the book shops maybe, or buy one by one, that's your choice. I'm starting with geomorphology, तो ये किताब तो पक्का ले लेना आप लोग. My recommendation, buy the books at one go. Okay, unless, okay, maybe you can hold Khuller because Khuller, they might come up with a new edition. Okay, but खास चेंज होता नहीं है, the same book घुमाते रहते हैं लोग. ठीक है, good for us in some ways. ठीक है, but these books are must buy. And then you must buy 2 atlases. 2 atlases. One I'll recommend is the Orient Black Swan Atlas, and one atlas is Oxford Atlas. Buy both the atlas because one atlas is not enough. Reference skill you need to have 2, 3 atlas, whatever you can. So buy 2 atlases. So these are your must buy, but guided reading. इसके अलावा there are some other books which you may buy. Okay, if you buy good enough, don't buy, no problem. Particularly there's one book called as Made Simple series by Arupa Publication. There are volume 1 and volume 2. You may buy if you want to buy. Then there is one book on population geography by Chandana. You may buy, may not buy. Okay, so ये किताब I'll let you know afterwards. Let us start with these 2 lists first. So today back towards your home, if you haven't bought, buy the 4 NCERT books and at least buy Geomorphology by Savindra Singh. All good here, all of you? And NCERTs, of course. Online students, is that fine? Online, is it fine? Yes? No, Ashutosh. All the GS aspects will not be covered in this course, but you'll have a very good base in this course. Okay, that we can assure you. Acha, now, as a part of geography optional and geography advantage, we do one more thing with all of you. In our GS course, जो ज्योग्राफी का मॉड्यूल है, okay, environment module and IR module, environment disaster management and international relations. These 3 modules are offered to you free of cost if you want to attend the classes. Because मैं ही class ले रहा होता हूँ, and there are a lot of things I cannot teach despite the fact the course is 6 months. And because geography optional hai, I think these must be your strengths. Okay, so these classes you all can attend when I have it. But these classes will be in the morning 8:30 onwards. I'll let you know when. But for these classes, if you're not enrolled with us in GS, then I will not give a recording. Okay, either you are part of live class or you are not. Because it's a lot of data storage problems hota hai. Now I need to be a bit more careful about how I spend our own resources also. So as a gesture of goodwill, you can attend the sessions, you can be part of the live classes, take notes, whatever we are doing, but I will not give you notes as support thing, like alag se, and I'll not give recordings either. And I'll recommend attend it. I think the way environment is taught otherwise is not right. वो पुराने ढर्रे में पढ़ाए चले जा रहे institutes. The type of questions asked are very different from how it is being taught. The last 2 years I've been teaching environment now, along with Shivani madam. So you can be part of our GS classes also. Yes, IR, international relation, because geography optional has a topic called geopolitics. वो आपको वैसे ही पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Okay, but in geopolitics I'll cover very, very geography specific optional wala, but I will want this. Yeah, even online students, correct. Even online students, the day we have, ये अभी नहीं है classes, and these classes will be in the month of, I think, November में होगा शायद. I'll let you know. Okay, at that time you can attend our sessions. Okay, no recordings, Rahul, no. Even online students will not get recording of these classes, because unless you are part of our GS class. Otherwise, you are either live or you miss the class. That's a call you must take. ठीक है? I think that's a pretty good package we are giving you, right? Okay, आप घूमने आए थे, मैंने आपको बैठा के गोद में खाना भी खिला दिया. ठीक है? So I think that's good enough now. Don't bargain with me, Asutosh. Okay, please do that, please that. If possible, I say not possible. I will not give. Reason being, it's lot of efforts. One, number two, जब बच्चे पैसे दे के बैठे हुए हैं, वो गाली नहीं देंगे मुझे, बताओ. वो भी think of an institute also. I'm giving you 3 good modules and big modules here. Okay, you decide आपको क्या करना है. ठीक, all done here. अच्छा, now about the subject itself, a brief idea. We have some time on that. Okay, to understand the syllabus. So, like I said, geography as a subject. As a subject. Okay. So, I said geography is what? It is man, environment, relationship. Okay. When I say environment, essentially I mean the world. This man called Eratosthenes, a Greek philosopher, 3rd, 4th century BC की बात हो रही है. He had said the geography is a study of earth as the home of man. So earth as home of man essentially is study of man and environment relationship. Okay, a rainfall, what does man do? Earthquake, what does man do? Rivers, what does man do? Land and soil, what does man do? There are forests, how do we use the forest? So ultimately, मैंने कहा ना कि geography fundamentally is environment studies. Okay, so geography therefore will study the natural environment of the world, which is land and continents, air and atmosphere, water and oceans, plus geography studies life, ecosystems, forests and wildlife. ये तो है नेचर, और क्या नेचर? नेचर इज व्हाट? नेचर इज लैंड एंड कॉन्टिनेंट्स, नेचर इज air and atmosphere and the processes, water and the oceans, Okay, life, ecosystems, forests and wildlife. This is what is called as a study of physical geography. The physical geography जब term use करते हैं, it's about the study of the natural world. Whatever is there in the nature without man. Whatever is in nature, okay, the processes, the events, okay, the elements of nature, okay, the abiotic components and also the biotic components, because forest biotic hai, okay, wildlife biotic hai, ठीक है, all that is natural minus the man. Plus we study the human aspects, man and his activities. So land and continents, I have agriculture, we have economy, we have trade, we have transport, air and atmosphere, climate and agriculture, climate and disasters, water and oceans, whatever way we use the oceans, ocean as shipping routes, oceans and tourism, ocean and mining, okay, as a resource, okay, as a medium of life, in all possible ways. However way man interacts, oceans and geopolitics, आपने सुना होगा, India, Indo-Pacific as a geopolitical concept today, okay, importance of Malacca Strait, importance of the Suez Canal, importance of the Red Sea, okay, yes. So oceans in every possible way, or whatever way man interacts. And man and environment, okay, man environment climate change, man environment pollution problems, man environment extinction of life forms, man environment conservation, biosphere reserves also. So whatever man does as a part of interacting with the earth. So broadly इसमें आ जाएगा क्या, resource geography आएगा, इसमें है agriculture, इसमें है industries, इसमें है even societies and culture, इसमें है settlements, our rural areas and urban areas. It includes geopolitics. Like it also includes how we plan. Planning is also part of geography. In fact, in planning, in planning bodies, you'll always find geographers. Geographers are important part of spatial planning. एक जगह को कैसे plan किया जाता है? Where do I have roads? Where do I have buildings? Where do I have X, Y, whatever? That's why this is the bigger part of geography. We call this as human geography. So most of us think a human geography is geographical thought alone. No, it's not. Human geography is whatever man is doing on the earth and man's impact and man being impacted because of the natural aspects. So broadly, geography का okay, दो part है. There is a physical part and there is a human part. There is a physical part and there is a human part. The physical and human I can study for the world and I can study also for India very specifically. So this is what becomes paper 1 geography. This becomes paper 2 geography. So paper 1 में आप पढ़ते हो mountains of the world. Paper 2 Himalayas of India. Paper 1, okay, you study the climate of the world. Paper 2 monsoons of India. Paper 1 you study the oceans of the world. Okay, paper 2 Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea and the water bodies of India. Paper 1 world languages, Indian languages. World environment, India's environment. World resources, India's resources. Okay, so paper 1 is the world geography. Paper 2 is Indian geography. We call this as the regional geography of India. All fine here? That's the scope of a syllabus. So I'm starting your batch. So we have admissions every alternate months, depending on where I can start. So a traditional mindset है that geography must start with geomorphology. Not necessarily. I can start geography with oceanography. I can start geography with climatology. I can also start geography with population settlements also. As a teacher, I must know कि जो link वाला है, okay, उसको ना छेड़ो, but what can be taught separately. When I'm teaching population, growth, distribution, I don't need to know global tectonics, geography and migration, geography and poverty. I don't need to know how mountains were formed. Okay, so again, I'm the first one to do this in geography. I identified 3-4 entry points in geography. So your batch is entering at geomorphology. Okay, फिर एक और batch entered a month or 2 months ago when I was doing population geography. I believe population and settlement एक साथ पढ़ाना चाहिए. I don't have an entry at settlement, but I have entry at population. So these things don't worry there. So your course starting from geomorphology. Any questions in this, anybody? Any doubts? Online, offline, any doubts? Any queries? No, all fine? All good? All good? Okay. Now, let me explain the study process for all of you. I know you will not listen to this. That is the predicament of being a teacher. बाप माँ जब होते हैं, बच्चों को कुछ बताना होता है, बता देते हैं. And even I know that वो सुनने वाले हैं नहीं. Okay, my daughter, my son have a brain of their own. Okay, before I could think of, my children have disowned me. We refuse to accept you as our parents. Okay, so then I told my son, okay, then तो फिर कुछ property भी नहीं मिलेगा. Then he started thinking, oh, ये problem हो सकता है फिर. Okay, then ठीक है, I'll disown you after I have taken the property from you. Okay, so he has these issues. So you as students, you will be dismissive, I know, but मेरा काम है बोलना और मैं बार बार बोलता रहूंगा. ठीक है? The study process कैसे होना चाहिए आपका? So one very important, again, like I said, it's not a formula. Okay. Acha, before I enter that domain, Aryan, yes, you can. You can send your answers. You have Telegram group. You can share it there. Okay. But Aryan, don't start answer right now. Okay. I'll let you know when you can start sharing answers. It's too early to start any answer now. It'll take about 1 and 2 months before you can send answers to me. But you can send and I'll check. Don't worry. Okay. Before I move on here, again, listen to me as a thinking aspirant. ठीक है? एक होता है ना कि समय आप हमें advice दे दो. Advice from A, from B, from C, and then you're confused. My suggestion here is think like a thinking aspirant. आपको बहुत लोग बहुत कुछ बोल रहे हैं. What sounds right to you? What sounds good for you? आप वही करो ना. I have a guy who says, okay, where there is a will, there is a way. कूद जाओ खिड़की से, you learn to fly. एक ये बंदा आएगा. एक होगा, भाई बारिश हो रहा है क्यों जाओगे, पड़े रहो रूम के अंदर में. एक होगा, जो भी चाहिए मंगा लो जोमेटो से, okay, रूम में ही रहो. एक होगा, no, go down the stairs quietly, slowly. Okay, and there is wisdom in everything. The guy who says jump from the window, you will learn to fly. Who knows? I might fly. Okay, I'll not know till I've done it. Okay, and ये भी right है. बाहर बारिश हो रहा है, सब कुछ मिल जाता है, ऑनलाइन कर लो. So ultimately, it's about what I think is suitable for me. Stop blaming the teachers and institutes and friends for the wrong choices you make. And wrong choices, beta, maybe initially हो जाएगा. You cannot say after 1 year, sir, I was guided wrong. फिर तो बेटा, you don't deserve to qualify. You are not getting ready for any regular job. आप बनोगे administrators. You will be policy makers. You are the leadership of the country. अगर इतना gullible and stupid you are, then please don't come into bureaucracy at all. I want thinking mind. I want a smart mind who understands what he or she is doing. And yes, you do not know everything. Ask us. हम बताएंगे आपको. But you must have the wisdom to appreciate. हाँ यार, ये सुनने में सही लग रहा है. ये सही नहीं लग रहा है. मैंने करना ही नहीं है. Okay. So tell this to yourself every time. because it's very easy for you to get misguided. But बेटा आप school children नहीं हैं, IIT JEE aspirant और a NEET aspirant, वो school का बच्चा है, 11th 12th है, पता नहीं है, parents confused हैं, so they can take in for a ride. You have done your graduation. Some of you have been doing jobs also. Some of you masters कर रहे हो. You are in your, okay, if not early, then mid 20s में हैं आप लोग. Okay, you have to be a thinking person. And blindly do not do things just because somebody is doing it. Okay, so keep that in mind and see what I'm telling you. And I'll suggest ये आप लिख लो if you can write down. Okay, write down somewhere and dwell on this. अभी नहीं तो 5 महीने के बाद. Okay, anyways, I'll keep telling this to you. One very important aspect of preparation is there is something called as a self-preparation. ठीक है, जिसमें कि आपको अपने आप किताब खोलना पड़ेगा. If you ask me to be very, very honest, the UPSC examination is a self-preparation examination. Because इसमें concepts समझने के beyond, a more important aspect is applying the concepts, which will not happen until you think. You require thinking skills here. So if the system allowed so, the self-preparation would have been the best. But the problem is, most of us come from very bad schooling life. In fact, all of us. A schooling life where we have not been taught reading skills. We have not been taught writing skills. We have not been taught thinking skills either. Our schooling has been, unfortunately, cramming content, getting marks. And you forget the day आपने exam दे दिया. Okay. But if your understanding is good and deep, actually SAB would have been the best. So what we are doing as teachers is we are guiding the process. Okay. Because see, the amount of content you must study is so humongous, is so huge. Okay. And the questions are so tricky. To discover what is right study will take you 3 years. Now, I am teaching, I know the subject, I know what can be asked, and I know from where to study the subject. And I take 6 months studying 2.5, 3 hours every day. 3 घंटा without fail. Whether you like it or not, whether you go for Diwali or not, whether you fall sick or not, okay, whether you have rain or floods, मैंने पढ़ाते रहना है आपको. And I take 6 months. So आप खुद करोगे ना, आपको into 3 कर देना पड़ेगा. Because you will discover क्या पढ़ना है. So my work as a teacher is largely about guiding the process. In short time, I will explain the concepts to you. जो आपको सर फोड़ना पड़ता, समझ में नहीं आ रहा technical, I'll do that for you. I know बच्चा कहां फंसता है because while studying, मैं उसमें फंसा करता था. And I've seen students getting trapped. Okay, 25 years, if I multiply modestly also 1,000 students at a very less number, I have taught 25,000, 30,000 students directly. So I have a fair idea about बच्चे कहां फंसते हैं. Okay, that's why I can guide you. But you have to go back to self-study also. One mistake students do is they are running after classes. यहाँ class खत्म किया, फिर वहां class खत्म किया, फिर class खत्म किया. You go to your room, you are dead tired. And 2.5 hours of class or 2 hours of class are packed classes. जो आपके college में शायद you were taught for, okay, across 1 week, I'll teach in 1 day. You miss 1 lecture, you are behind by 1 week of lecture in a week in a college. You miss 1 lecture, आपके concept पूरा छूट जाएगा आपका. So what I want is divide your day into class study and self-study. Okay, these are some things you will not be told. कोई बता भी नहीं रहा होगा, एंड आई से राइट और नॉट यू डिसाइड, बट मेरा काम है बताना, मैं बता रहा हूं आपको. Okay. Generally, it's nice if you divide your day into two parts, first half and second half. So if I have a class 1 here and I also have a class here, तो आपका दिन खराब हो गया. I recommend do all the classes in one half and keep the second half as extra or self study. या फिर keep first half as extra self study. The second half is okay your class. Class आना अलग काम है. Okay, so divide your day into this way in some way or the other. Generally, the class itself, the proper syllabus wala class hai, try not to have more than 5 or 6 hours. अगर इससे ज्यादा है तो गड़बड़ है. In fact, optimum is 3-4 hours. But you are doing GS also, ठीक है, fine. And the self-study hours, you must have 4 to 6 hours. On some days, 4 hours, on some day 2 hours. Ideally, in one day, it is difficult to concentrate more than 8 hours. मुश्किल होता है. Okay, don't keep targets of 12 घंटा पढ़ लूंगा, 15 घंटा पढ़ लूंगा. Okay, so we have palm oil, we also will have your own oil. आपका तेल निकल जाएगा, अलग इंडस्ट्री बन जाएगा वो. Don't do that. Don't set stupid ambitions कि 20 घंटा पढ़ना है. Anybody who says that to me, मेरा अपने आप हंस के बोलते हैं ना, बेटा ये तो निकल गया. He is out of the race. Smart is 6, 7, 8 hours करो on an average. On some days पढ़ने का मन कर रहा है तो 12 घंटा पढ़ लिया. On some days पढ़ने का बिल्कुल मन नहीं किया, फिर भी क्लास आगे चले गए हम. So that's how you divide your. That's one suggestion. Second suggestion. Now this is the toughest one. For every class you do, for every reading of a book you do, you must convert it into some kind of a summary. अगर summary नहीं किया है, वो पढ़ाई आपका zero है. Let that be a standard I'm setting. So I don't know if you know this or not, or you will know it ultimately. People call me as synopsis teacher. और मेरा वो गाली बनते बनते I am taking it as a compliment now. Okay, so Pradeep, you will know when you started off with me. From the day I started teaching, this is one common constant refrain from me. Make your summaries, make your synopsis. Okay, whatever you read, आपने 10 पेज पढ़ा है, summarize. आपने 2 घंटा क्लास किया है, summarize. If you do not summarize, I'll read that day as zero work. Because exam के पहले यही काम आता है. And to memorize, okay, you need summarizations as a must do. इसमें कोई छूट नहीं है बच्चे. आप आज ना करो, आपको करना पड़ेगा नेक्स्ट ईयर. आप फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ना करो, करना पड़ेगा थर्ड अटेम्प्ट में. बट आई हैव नॉट सीन एनीबडी क्वालिफाई विदाउट समराइजेशन. और जब जब मन करेगा ना बोलने के लिए, इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूं, क्वालिफाई नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं क्वेश्चन है समरी दिखाओ. अगर समरी नहीं दिखा रहे हो, आप पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हो. एज सिंपल एज दैट. Okay, it is a very tedious work. It is a thankless work initially, and it is a skill that we have not learned. It requires humongous amount of discipline. जैसे कि I will not care about आपका पढ़ने का मन हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है. Because if I go by that, no, मैंने कोर्स 2 साल में खत्म नहीं करना है. ऐसे मन करे ना करे, पढ़ाई करो. And similarly, I won't even care about myself whether मेरा पढ़ाने का मन कर रहा है कि नहीं. ऐसे मन नहीं कर रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी यार आज 1 घंटा पढ़ाई दूंगा मैं. मन नहीं कर रहा है, I'll teach slowly maybe. मन नहीं कर रहा है, शायद बैठ के पढ़ा दूं, but I'll come and teach. So we want that discipline from you. मन करे ना करे, सोने के पहले the day's work has to be summarized. It is a must do. At least in my class, I want to see you do this. आप करें, हमें दिखाएं. Okay, and this is not something I will check as in check. But if you have a commitment कि हाँ मैं कर रहा हूं, दिखा रहा हूं, okay, you have a sense of progress. A very simple thing is, okay, make your summaries. Next day class में लिखा दिखा दो, sir, I've done it. All of you fine here? This is a must do. Okay. Third thing, summaries, whatever you make, you must make conscious efforts to memorize. एक और प्रॉब्लम होता है फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ अस, एक assumption पता नहीं कहां से आया है ये, तो मेमोराइजेशन अपने आप हो जाएगा. Nobody has memorization automatically. And those who say automatically, वो लोग इतने बार कर चुके हैं memorize, now the memorization does not take time for them. They memorize unconsciously. And memorization is simple thing. It's about your brain cells. Fire them up. You practice and you learn to memorize. Initial memorization is very difficult, tricky होता है. होता नहीं है, थक जाते हो, बोरियत होता है. I don't care about that. आपको करना पड़ेगा memorize. All of us know the tables 1 to 10. I hope you know at least. All of us know A to Z letters. All of us know the basic grammar rules. और आपने इसको याद किया है. If you don't remember it consciously, you will not remember. There was a time when A for apple, B for ball was very difficult for us. There was a time memorizing 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4 was tough for us. But now it's a part of a second nature today. So memorization is a conscious process. Okay, and you will not memorize till you first convert into synopsis form. So beta, answer writing gaya tel lane abhi, right? Many of you, sir, how did answers? वो बाद में. For answers, you must first know the content, no? Without the content, how do you get answers? To know the content, you need this work, 100%. Okay. Now, a fourth thing, please don't misunderstand me. Okay, I know I will sound like a sales guy here, but the reason I'm telling this to you. Every institute has a philosophy in how things are taught. और इसमें कोई right wrong होता नहीं है. And I want to believe all of them are well intentioned. But the problem is, the methods are very different. The techniques are very different. The focus is very different. It will help you if you converge at one institute. Okay, initially start with, Edukemy did not offer GS. Then I realized that my students studying elsewhere, okay, the methods don't converge. मैं कुछ बता रहा हूं, वो कुछ और पढ़ के आ रहे हैं, and all is messed up. So my recommendation to all of you, because you are with me in optional, you be with me in GS also. If you have taken admission elsewhere, okay, fine. But even those, you can come and show us your admission slip. We'll give you a very, very reasonable discount. You come and join us. For simple reason, आपका time manage होगा. So see what is done. So your day with me will start at 8:30. 8:30 से 11:30 तक the GS is done. Then you get half an hour break. From 12 to 2:30, optional goes on. Then you get a break of 10-15 minutes. On some days, we will have case study. On some days, we have current affairs. On some days, we have reading sessions. On some days, we have some other practice like PYQ or workbook. If you are not a part of this, your course will suffer. And GS का again दो part है. Like in geography, GS has a foundation part and GS also has an advanced part. Okay. Foundation part is syllabus completion. The advanced part is the actual GS study. Advanced course as a concept again, I started that because I learned this from geography. Foundation content ऐसा content है, हर institute same ही पढ़ा रहा है. Believe me, the teachers are same, the content are same. Same polity, plus or minus 5%. The same history, plus or minus 5%. The same geography, plus or minus 5%. So foundation course, okay, is not much differentiated. You go to any institute, almost वही होता है. The challenge is, are they completing on time or not? Are they giving you notes or not? Okay, so this is not the challenge. The challenge is here. या तो इंस्टीट्यूट ये दे नहीं रहे होंगे आपको, या फिर okay, you are not ready for this because you have not done this properly. Institutes will not demand synopsis from you. And I believe without synopsis, you can't enter this year. So if you can be convinced about the way we teach, what we are doing, and I have a team of very young teachers. I have lost faith in senior teachers. The reason ये है, the senior teachers पढ़ाते आ रहे हैं what they have been teaching for the last 13, 14, 15 years. And UPSC has changed in the last 5 years. I believe the youngsters, I had senior teachers, आज सबको निकाल दिया मैंने, because they can't keep pace with what's happening now. So if you can, it will help you. Your day will be better organized. You start my day with me, okay, you finish GS, take a break, do geography, take a break. अच्छा, one more thing about current affairs बता देते हैं आपको. Are you all doing current affairs on daily basis? Raise your hand. Okay, so most of you, yes. Are you all following some newspapers? Yes, you are doing. Are you making notes of newspapers or not? Some of you are, most will not. Okay, most will not do. I know this. और अगर कर रहे हो तो शायद आप नए हो. Okay, शुरू किया है तो कर रहे हो. Most of you will not do notes. Most of you will depend on some processed material at the end of the year. Processed material का problem ये है, the thinking is not there at all. UPSC asks thinking questions. And because you are fed processed material, आपका सोचना बंद हो गया है. You don't think at all anymore. You just have the content by heart and reproduce. And the worst part is that by hearting is very difficult. You will struggle. ये सब चीजें ना लिख के रख लेना. Then talk to me at the end of 25 कि सर आप सही बोल रहे थे. आप पढ़ नहीं पाओगे. So current affairs, here is my take, is my understanding of how it should be done. Number one, you should not be studying current affairs every day. That's the first mistake. Because news develops in time. Today earthquake, tomorrow earthquake, there is relief, there is some kind of program, rehabilitation. एक महीना चल रहा earthquake. Then you have, oh, this is what has happened. Today rainfall, tomorrow rainfall, फिर rainfall, one landslide, second landslide, one died, 10 died, this program, that program. End of the month, this is the actual the news. So news develops slowly, gradually. Okay, you should not be reading today's news today. You must be reading Purana news today, which was happened 1 month ago. Have you got the point here? Otherwise, क्या होगा? हर दिन change हो रहा है news. This is one mistake people do. Today's news, you're studying today. Okay, and because you are restless, institutes दे देते हैं आप कर लो पढ़ो जितना पढ़ना है पढ़ो. Fact आप पढ़ते हो नहीं and you feel only guilty about it. So that's one mistake. And like I said, think on what I'm saying. Don't go by just because I'm saying it. सोच देखो what I'm telling you. One mistake is, okay, same day, same news is a bad idea. One. Number two, which news to read and which not to read is an again problem. Choice is a problem. Third, there is link between issues. Okay, so when I'm studying current affairs, say I'm studying agriculture reforms. The agriculture reforms is based on at least 15 other events of agriculture, जो मुझे एक साथ पढ़ना चाहिए. Right? Today, some rocket was launched. This rocket launch was part of 15 other programs, okay, after which the rocket was launched. So your study must be thematic, not topic-wise. Your study must not be daily. And the choice is a problem always. So what I recommend to you is, divide your weeks into themes. So first week, say environment theme. Second week, say polity governance theme. The third week, maybe economy theme. The fourth week, okay, could be science and tech and miscellaneous. And spend one day, say first week of Friday, पूरे, today is August चल रहा है, July का, all the environment news on Friday should be done. Again, second Friday, all polity of last month should be done. हाँ? इसीलिए you follow what we give you. ये आप अपने आप नहीं कर पाएंगे. Okay, that's why you have a teacher mapped to you. वो आपको एक दिन बैठेंगे फ्राइडे for 3 or 4 hours, आपका पूरा एनवायरमेंट करा देंगे. 15 इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट थे, आपको मैंने करा दिया 10. ये 4 आर्टिकल ले लो, अपने आप पढ़ लो. That's what is thematic. तो हर दिन बेटा वैसे भी आप नहीं पढ़, understand this. The everyday current affairs, while you may say you are doing, you are not doing current affairs. Trust me. आप तो बस गिल्ट बढ़ा रहे हो. पेपर हर दिन आ रहा है, okay, हर दिन न्यूज़पेपर is piling up. आप पढ़ कहां रहे हो? And all of you, I presume you are following Hindu or Express religiously. Most of you either follow Hindu or Express, correct? Why? Why? क्या न्यूज हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स में नहीं है? क्या न्यूज टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में नहीं है? क्या न्यूज लाइव मिंट में नहीं है? Okay.
So the topics they cover coincide with the syllabus in most of the cases.
बाकी केस में नहीं है.
The issues that the
सिंपल थिंग आपको बोला गया, as simple as that. इतना आप दिमाग नहीं लगाए हो आप. Somebody has told you read Hindu. Somebody has told you read Express. That's all. आपको समझ भी नहीं है वो इंपॉर्टेंट है या नहीं. For most of you at least. And this was good 6-7 years ago when there was no internet. I could not access 15. तो मेरे पास हिंदू आता है वही पढ़ लेते हैं. आज के डेट में you have got all in the internet. Stop buying newspapers, buy the apps. Spend 10 minutes, scan हिंदू में क्या न्यूज़पेपर है. Okay, scan एक्सप्रेस में क्या न्यूज़, and you decide, अच्छा this article from Hindu, this article from Express, ये अच्छा आर्टिकल हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स का है, वो पढ़ लेंगे हम. Why are you sticking religiously with one publication? Why? I hope you got the point here. That is again something we can help you with. So we run weekly sessions on current affairs. Every Friday at 3 o'clock, sit with me and our team. One will cover this and so on. अच्छा, इसके अलावा, so this is coverage of the content. ठीक है? When you read an article, आप क्या ध्यान रखते हो? क्या important event है? Some data is there. Online, are you all listening to me? Online, I have to keep track of. अरे एक बढ़ गया बच्चा, कहां से आ गया? All listening to me? Okay, ठीक है, fine, good. Now what I'm telling you is that when you read an article, all of you are reading the article mining for facts, right? The article के और भी चीजें हैं, जैसे how is the article organized? What type of arguments are they developing? What is the opinion of the writer? इस पे कोई ध्यान ही नहीं देता. And the material given to you, those compilations, उसमें ये होता ही नहीं है. Because the people who develop the material are also students like you. आपने एक साल काम पढ़ाई किया, नहीं हुआ, sir, I want a job of content development. आप बैठ जाओ, उठाओ newspaper, pick up the facts, compile and give it to the students. Nobody teaches you how to read an article, how to process an article. And the writing skill आप सीखते नहीं हो. And you need writing skills, essays maybe, and more importantly, even answers maybe. So we run 2 sessions. Yes, Aryan, correct. So on Fridays, we have current affairs sessions. On Saturdays, I have reading sessions. You sit with me, okay. And one more, we have Banke sir. 4 to 5 articles हम यहां पढ़ते हैं. When I give the article to you, I give an article and I read line by line and I tell you how to understand issues there. Language, debates, structuring, कैसे intro लिखा, कैसे conclude किया, develop your opinion, वो भी important है. So actually, your intellectual development happens here. ये तो बस facts हमने push कर दिया आपको. So in 1 week, if you can give me 4 to 5 hours in 1 week, 2-2.5 घंटा इधर, 2-2.5 घंटा इधर, your current affairs taken care of. And this again, I have it online with us and also offline. Online, you can watch on the YouTube, all of you can, but I recommend class में आके बैठो. The worst problem of online education is that it is become convenient. और convenience से पढ़ाई नहीं होती है. Okay, you cannot study बैठे बैठे ऐसे देख रहे हैं मेट्रो पे. नो, मेट्रो में खड़े हो, stop studying, मूवी देख लो यार, सो जाओ सीट पे. Okay, take some breath, सांस ले लो. For study, table, chair, बैठ के पढ़ो with a pen paper in hand. Interactives are the thinking process is more important. So I'll recommend, if you are in and around ORN, okay, second half को ये extra preparation time रखो आप लोग. So I said no, one is your class efforts. Second is self-study and these additional work. The additional work, if you learn with me for 2-3 months, फिर अपने आप कर लेना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. So I need your day to be divided properly. Problem is, यहां एक क्लास होगा, यहां एक क्लास होगा, इसको रेडी होने के लिए 2 hours, इसके बाद में 2 hours, the day is over. No synopsis, no current affairs, no thinking, no writing. You are done. ठीक है? Like I said, don't get, okay, don't decide just because I have told you. I have told you some mantras here. आपको सोच के देखो कि does it sound right or not. Okay, no sir, I have another technique. Good, then follow that. Hi, online, yes Shubham, online and offline. These sessions are open sessions. We also have it on the YouTube. So Shubham. Okay, so if you have a method, if you have a process, go back to the first question I asked you. 2025 as a first attempt, why? क्या सोच के आप plan किया? और 26 as first attempt, why? क्या सोचा आपने? Do you know the process? Do you know how much time it will take? Do you know by what time what you must finish? Plan किया है कि नहीं किया है? नहीं किया है तो अब करो. Okay, but this is not an examination that you appear for trial attempt. Remember this. रट्टा मार रख लेना. Many of you will tell me, सर मैं ट्रायल के लिए दे रहा था. सब पापा कह रहे हैं दे दो. पापा कह के थोड़ी चलाओगे जिल्ला यार. ओके, सब घर में प्रेशर है. ओके, प्रेशर तो ठीक है, चुपचाप रहो, दे के चले आओ, पढ़ाई मत करो उसके लिए. देयर इज अ प्रोसेस यू हैव टू फॉलो. ओके, यू आर लर्निंग टू फ्लाई अ प्लेन. यू कांट हैव अ ट्रायल अटेम्प्ट देयर, राइट? ट्रायल अटेम्प्ट इज व्हेन आई एम जंपिंग फ्रॉम स्टेप 1, ट्रायल करके कूद गए. आई एम जंपिंग फॉर 10th floor. देयर इज नो ट्रायल देयर. यू बेटर बी प्रॉपर्ली dressed, parachuted, exercise, practice, and then you take a jump. In UPSC, there is no trial attempt. अगर 25 दे रहे हो, very nice. But give it like you want to qualify in 25 के attempt में. That's your objective. Okay. या फिर, sir, 26 देना है. Then 26 is it. Starting from now, 26 should be your first and last attempt. Maximum, I say, people should not give more than 2 or 3 attempts, max. और अभी से करोगे ढंग से, this is very much possible, like a mission. Ashish, that's your question to answer now. He's asking me, how many months will I need to cover all syllabus? Okay, बेटा आपने पहले टाइम सेट कर लिया और फिर पूछ रहे हो how much time I will take. So how do I know? करो मर पढ़ खत्म करो सब. So it is an exercise for you now. Syllabus देखो, look at what's to be covered, look at the notes, and ask yourself by when you are actually ready for the examination. Is it okay, all of you? I took more time than I should have taken, but पहला class है. I always wanted to start on a note where your commitment comes out. कि नहीं sir, we are with you. We keep on studying. Okay, start with that. Okay, emotion. So Ashi, go and think. Whatever I said, no, whatever I'm saying is from my experience. It's possible some other teacher has some other experience. आप उनसे भी पूछो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But choose वो करो that sounds right for you. I don't know what sounds right for you. But my tone will always be this. According to me, listen, according to me, geography foundation is 6 months. According to me, geography enrichment is 4 months. According to me, GS foundation minimum 12 to 13 months. According to me, GS advanced course minimum 6 to 9 months. That's my call. Then you are ready for the examination. फिर आपका muscle tone हो चुका है, go for it. This 6-9 months में, okay, keep 5 months only for prelims. Think of this. आपने मई एंड में प्रीलिम्स दिया. Okay. September mid is your mains. How much time you have between prelims and mains? 3 months if you are really at it. Effectively, you have less than or about 2 months. 60 to 70 days आपके पास है. इस 670 days में can you actually learn answer writing here? Can you learn essay writings here? Okay. Can you compile all current affairs here? You cannot. 2 महीना रिविजन के लिए होना चाहिए. 2 महीना टेस्ट के लिए होना चाहिए. ठीक है? ओके. अगर मैं एग्जाम दे रहे हो, when does your prelims work start? Only prelims कब शुरू होता है? Jan, Feb, okay. Jan and Feb. And trust me, only prelims is 8 hours of only prelims work. 2000, 4000 questions solve करोगे in some method. Which means, if you cannot do mains writing here, you cannot do mains here. कब करोगे mains? Before January? Count कर लो, यही time आपके पास है. So, September, October, November and December, यही टाइम है आपके पास to finish foundation, to finish answer writing, to control the advanced content. तो आप बताओ 4 महीना आपके लिए इनफ है या नहीं है? If yes, go do it. If no, then pause and think. It's not my call, remember this, it's your call. And people mess up only because of this. Because they take a wrong attempt. It's like, I have got on a treadmill. अब मैं उतर नहीं पा रहा हूं. And then I am running because the treadmill is running. I can't get off. एक बार आपने प्रीलिम्स दे दिया साइकिल ना, फिर आप रुक नहीं पाओगे. प्रीलिम्स दिया, okay, next mains on the head. Mains दिया, next prelims on the head. And it goes on. Your gaps are never filled properly. Your skills of writing never develops properly. That's why people who qualify ultimately are those who have the skills with them because they have done this right through the schools. Okay? बोलते हैं ना sir, lot of engineers are qualifying. Why? The system does not encourage engineers. Engineer भी qualify कर रहा होगा ना, IT का बंदा. He is qualifying with anthropology, with sociology, with geography. Why he qualifies? Because this guy knows how to give an examination. He knows how to enter a treadmill and work towards it. Those who have not done this, you struggle. It's like, I am a relay race runner. आराम से मैं sprint में convert हो जा रहा हूं. I am already a baseball player. आराम से मैं सीख पा रहा हूं how to play cricket. I am a tennis player, I am learning how to play badminton also. But जिसने sports ही नहीं किया है, he can't jump overnight, no? This is an insight from me to all of you. Be wise, be a thinking aspirant. Don't be a gullible, naive, okay, aspirant जो कोई भी big boy को बना देता है. Be a thinking guy. And I expect that from you. Why? Because you will be administrative officers. सोचो, plan, think, and be a part of the process. All good, all of you? So that's about it. I have taken almost half an hour more than I should have taken, but then it was important. All of you now, your first class क्या बोला? कल बोला गया है? Have you been told that? What date have you announced? Give me 1 minute, let me confirm. All of you, we are starting your map sessions tomorrow. I need about 4 or 5 days to finish off your world map to some extent. All of you bring your atlas to class and your notebooks, whatever you have. Okay, online, offline? Yeah. And tomorrow's class will be taken by Ajay sir. Okay. And then I'll start off with geomorphology. Hopefully, ho jayega map by 27th. I'll start on 27th itself. Bye, all of you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.